And webinar is now streaming on Facebook. If you, well, actually it says setting up our webinar, so I will wait one more second, but welcome back, Melissa, if we are on.
Thank you.
I had a technical difficulty there. We were in the middle of conversation, so we are live. We'll begin that conversation again. But let's start off with the people who are seeing this for the first time and weren't there for the opening of the last live video that we attempted. We are all in this together. And as studio owners, we have to be creative and use the creativity that in the past we've used in our choreography and our recital planning, and use that creativity to come up with concepts to keep our community together. And by our community, I mean our students and their parents. And if you think about this time that we're in, I'm a guy who's always talking about it's more than the steps that we teach. It's creating a community where kids want to stay their entire lives and they want to make it a part of their lives. We have the opportunity to do that at this time and build strong relationships. That doesn't mean some people won't leave or some people won't be worried, but we can make the best out of this situation. Do you agree, Melissa?
Wholeheartedly.
So we had started to, first let me say welcome.
Thank you.
For those who may be watching that maybe don't know where your background or where you're from, tell us where your school is.
Yep, my school's in Southern New Hampshire. We have a school of about 500 dancers, and we've been here 30 years.
And what has this last week been like?
Oh boy. I think, just like so many of us, it's been a situation of not knowing what to expect next, trying to lay a plan. I'll give you an example. Friday, my staff and I met Friday morning, and we came up with a plan that we thought would be great, because in our minds, we're thinking, well, we know we'll have to close, but maybe it'll be a week or two. In that morning, we left our meeting, went to lunch at 1 o'clock. By the time the president spoke at 3, I had the realization, and I could be wrong, but I have the realization that as I plan, I need to plan like could be 6 to 8 weeks. That in my mind, my plan had to totally change. 2 weeks, guess what? We could extend the year. We could do a few fun things online, but we weren't going to have to replace what we do here in the studio. By that afternoon, it was clear we were going to need more. But I thought, based on the fact that we have at that point, we had no active cases too near our community in general, I thought I can get through Monday, Tuesday, and we can plan Monday, Tuesday to be our filming days, and we're going to go to complete online by Wednesday. That was our game plan. And
that was this morning. Right?
That was the second game plan on Friday. And so this morning when we arrived here, that was our game plan. And then our governor just spoke at 1, and he's mandated closings of all schools in our state of New Hampshire. Therefore, we immediately will start online tomorrow. So needless to say, it's going to, yeah. That was the second game.
Sorry about that, Melissa. I was checking the online.
That's okay. That's all right. So needless to say, we're going to be here late tonight. Our game plan, as Rhee said, I really feel like it's our job to make the kids in particular feel safe in this. We've seen so many kids come in anxious, and my mom says we can't find toilet paper and we're going to have to do this, and they are so anxious. I feel like we can be a vehicle of calm for them and of norm for them. So my teachers and I, God bless them, we are going to have a full schedule of classes weekly. That may change where we film it. They may end up having to film at home if we have any stay-at-home orders. But for right now, we're going to come in every morning and stay apart and, be social distancing ourselves so we don't get sick. And our plan is to have every single class. We're going to pre-record. We kind of went over a lot of different scenarios. There's 110 classes here that we have to film weekly. So yeah.
Okay. And are you running full length classes?
So I'm going to guesstimate, we're going to go in with a full class plan prepared, but keeping in mind where there's nobody in the classroom, we'll probably do it like a 45-minute class may end up being a half hour with no interaction. Today, though, we're bringing in, a small amount of kids to help us with filming. So today's, whatever we get done today may actually be full length because we'll have bodies in the class with us. But we're filming in like half of our smallest studio. So it's small space so they can adjust to their homes. Obviously, our acro program, we have to do some modifications because we don't want kids doing flips that they shouldn't be doing at their home without spotting. So we're going to transition to like a strengthening for them and stretching and that kind of thing. Where our game plan going forward too is we're going to have at minimum 3 live classes. And our hope is that those 3 will actually be full family involvement. Fridays, we're going to call it Family Fun Friday. This Friday at 7, we're doing Zumba for a family. Next Friday, we already know we're doing hip hop. The following week, I really would love to do something like swing with our ballroom teacher. Mondays are going to be motivational and meditation Mondays. And again, the whole family can be involved in that. We're going to utilize both Sandy and we have a dance therapist on staff with us. She's going to be part of that because I think we need calm. And I think the 2 of them could offer some really great tools for not only the kids, but the parents. The parents could really use that. Yeah.
And I want to jump in and say, and if you do this and you go overboard and give them so much more than they expect, not only are they being exposed to everything that they could possibly do with the studio, they're like not going to say, I can't pay my tuition because your average person is paying for a 45-minute class. You're offering all of this to your community.
Yes.
And I think it's the right way to go. People are all going to be locked up in their homes for a little while. Why can't the whole family do a Zumba class or a meditation? You could become where everybody's tuning in.
Oh, I suppose we could, but I like you say, I just think it's the right thing to do. And first, when we were talking about this, we were like, we could just do a few classes. And then when things started to turn, I'm like, this isn't 2 weeks. We got to do a full schedule, but let's give them more. For a lot of reasons. And I think that that's the biggest reason that you just said right there. Can you imagine these kids not moving in their homes? And I think what's going to happen, the little preschooler that we're doing class with, the 3-year-old, don't you think her 7 and 8-year-old siblings are going to do it with her? I have no doubt. Or mom's going to get involved. And we're also launching some contests weekly. We're going to do TikTok Thursday that we're going to launch. We're going to go do the choreography here and have the older kids that have access to TikTok and get them involved. One of the things we talked about was Hippity Hop Tuesday and do a hopping contest with the littles. We do a conditioning class here and we thought, for conditioning, the kids can go out and walk or run a mile and send us their times. We're doing Dancing with Your Pet contest. So we're feeling like our feeling is every day we need to have a presence. We have to have something for our people to do in addition to their regular classes. And it could be as simple as a dance bingo card or something like that, but something that they could be involved in. We're helping them do that.
I want to say that I've seen some posts on various social media, it could even be my own, where a couple of teachers or studio owners have said that they've registered some students who want to do the online classes. So, who knows?
Right. I know.
You have to be open. It's like, wow, whoever thought I could get 5 more kids because I went online? So, you have to be totally ready to change.
Yep.
And new and different, and what we're going to learn through this process. So, Melissa, I know you shared a list of things with our idea members that are on your mind. I feel like I want to share them with everybody.
Okay.
Go for it, my friend.
Go for it. All right. So first and foremost for me, and those who know me know I'm not a real deep person, but I really value self-care. And when I say that, when I'm feeling like I'm getting overstressed, I get out and walk or I hit the gym. So do that before you make any major decisions, teachers, for sure. So our goals this week was that I felt, well, the thing I wrote, Rhee, what I thought were the most important things to address initially to keep us on track. And I felt like we needed to finalize our online presence and be ready to go with pre-recorded classes or live classes. I also felt like I wanted to address my people live. So we did a pre-recorded live announcement that actually will be going up as soon as I'm done here.
Can I stop you there? I still want to hear the whole list. What was the message that you put out there in that live presentation?
What was the message?
Yeah.
The overall message, you mean?
Yeah.
I said this is proactive, and I feel like we're all in this together, and by sharing this, we'll all be okay at the end. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's it. The tone, because I know a lot of people have to, at this time, figure out how to make the statement that they're closing or changing, and how do you do that in the best way? So that's why I asked.
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. So one of the things, we're fortunate because 90% of our recital dances are done. So we also have that recorded, but that's important to us. So then I feel like for all of us, our next worry is going to be, will we be able to have a recital, or more importantly, will we be able to have a recital in our facility that we chose? Maybe not. So it's, once you get your classes settled, I feel like for me, it's going to be important to be proactive, thinking of alternatives to that recital possibly, and maybe never have to use them. I always love if you plan and never have to do it. It's great. But maybe it means going into a hotel and building a stage once we're allowed to have public gatherings, or, it could be in just a different form, but I have no doubt we'll all be able to pull these off. And I think, we might even be able to do that as teams as well, because constructing stages and stuff is expensive. But for me, I'm best getting through this situation by being proactive and coming up with a plan. I also, I know that being communicative with your staff is really, really, really important, as well as your people, but really strongly suggest that your staff knows everything before you announce it publicly. And I only say that because I know recently our school systems just announced some major changes, but all the teachers found out in the same manner in which we did. And that's hard because they need to know first so they can best prepare to A, answer questions, and B, know what is going on within your environment. So try to be as communicative as you can with them. And but those teachers who maybe are struggling with doing things that are online presence, ask for help. If you all think that I'm doing these videos and putting them up there, there's no way. But we have young people around us that are so smart at this, and ask their ideas, and not just ask their ideas, utilize their ideas. These aren't all my ideas by any means, but I give them the go ahead to make it happen and give them the guidance to make all this happen. And if ever there was a time to take on that help and trust that the people around you really have your best interest at heart, now is the time, for sure.
Ooh, I agree with you on all of this. And yes, this is when we must be a team. If you were not a delegator before, this is your chance and opportunity to learn you're delegating skills because this is it. And so I want to ask you this question. I know you're doing those classes in the studio at this point. If you found yourself in a different situation, would you allow them to do them from home?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, since a couple of them already came in today and filmed their first classes, and I've already gotten an email or text from them as they got home. For example, one of my ballet teachers, she goes, you know what? I'm going to film myself. With a tutorial on how to sew ribbon and elastics on point shoes for those point kids, because those kids, some of them just got new point shoes. She goes, so I'm going to get them a tutorial to do that. I mean, it can be that's huge. You know, that's such a great thing. So I think that the teachers even are thinking of new and better things, because I said to them, the challenge is going to be coming in next week and giving a different Jazz 1 class, because we're limited in what Jazz 1 kids can do, right? Or even a preschool, but you got to change something up. You got to change. So I think that they're all starting to think a lot outside the box as well, and come up with awesome ideas, you know, that I think I'm going to let them go with, unless it's dangerous.
I got it. Anything more on that list, or anything more that you'd like to share with studio owners and teachers?
You know, I feel like you know what, one of the best things I've seen, and I knew it existed, especially because you and I both come from New England, and New England, we all are friends, which is an amazing thing. We are all in this together, and I've seen such great sharing. Let's continue that. Let's take this beyond this time of, you know, strife, if you will. And it, you know, keep the ideas coming, because, you know, if we keep doing that, we'll all survive this. I have no doubt we will survive this, and maybe come back stronger, like you said. You never know. You just never know. But and then, you know, for the owners and teachers too, it's really our job to stay calm. These kids need us to stay calm, even when we're not. We need to look like we are, and owners, our staff, and everyone's relying on us to stay calm, because you know what? At home, some of these kids aren't near calm by any means. So we can just do our community and those around us a great deal of good that way.
Wow, that was great. I don't even know if I should add to that. Can I ask you this? You seem calm. What are you feeling on the inside? Are you tired?
You know, I am tired. Today I'm feeling calm, because we really do have a plan in place that I think is going to go well. So that gives me calm. It also gives me calm. We're having fun while we're filming these. We're having a lot. We're laughing and we're having fun, and that does take some of the stress away for sure. So, I mean, we're doing some little bit of crazy things. You guys just watch, you'll see.
I can't wait.
Well, thanks.
I want to say thank you for making the time today to do this. When I called you, I know you were in plans and meetings and taping, and that you even had a different plan.
Yes, I did.
This morning than you do now. And those plans are going to change for everybody. Go with the flow. And we'll continue to bring information to this Facebook page, Rhee Gold's Dance Life, over the next couple weeks, and maybe even some inspiring things that we can look at the positive side. Thank you, dance teachers. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you all.
We're in it together. We're gonna make it through.
We will. Have a great day.